Alright, hello everyone and welcome back to my Fallout 4 Mod Spotlight series, where today we are having a look at yet another wonderful mod, this time in the form of Locky Bastard, which is being made by user Kesta, and what this glorious little piece of work looks to add into the game is 3 new fun and exciting methods for opening those pesky locks. So instead of lockpicking, we can actually now shoot a lock open, kick a lock open, or even explode a lock open, and that is just glorious. Oh, I love mods like this that take a mundane task like picking a lock and adds in different ways to do it that, added a bit more variety in just entertainment value. But not only that, it's actually still a very useful mod. So for instance, if you're playing a hardcore survival game, you may not have a bobby pin to spare to open a lock with, but you might not mind wasting a couple rounds of ammunition, and so it can come in quite a bit of handy in cases like that. And overall, it's just a cool mod. I mean, come on, who doesn't want to breach a door with a shotgun? And so to test this, I've built this lovely little selection of doors here that I have locked with console commands in varying degrees from novice locks all the way up to master locks here, and we should have a good time exploring this glorious, glorious mod. So, we're going to look at the 3 different methods of opening them, and we're going to start with Locky Shoot, as the mod maker calls it, and that, of course, is blowing the door to pieces with a gun. Now, normally, if you walk up to a door without anything in your hands, you'll see we still have the usual prompt where we can then open it with the bobby pin. But if I say pull out my shotgun here, you'll notice we now have 2 different prompts. We have the E Novice, which will once again open the normal bobby pin lockpicking, or we have R, which if we click, we'll shoot and open the door, and now it is unlocked and we can make our way through. Now you'll notice that down on my ammo counter, we did expend a round of ammunition, which is of course expected for shooting open a door. So if you don't mind wasting some ammo, it is a very effective method of opening things. There are some limitations though. Shooting open locks only works on doors and containers, such as this metal box here. We can shoot that, and now we can open it up. But we cannot open safes with a gun. That can only be done with explosives, which we'll talk about in a little bit. Now, the gun actually does matter. How it figures out if it will actually open the lock is determined by 2 things: your weapon type and your lockpicking skill. So for my character, I have maximum lockpicking skill, so I can go and open any of these doors by myself, but if we used a crappier gun, say my Deliverer, we might not be able to open certain locks. Whereas with my shotgun, this is a very powerful weapon, so it can very easily go and open up any lock that I want to actually get to, including a master lock over here. But, again, if we have the crappier Deliverer, it won't. Or actually, I'll correct myself here, it may not. With a worse weapon, it has a chance to open it, but it's slim. So if I shot this, most likely it won't open. Ah, excellent! It's done the other thing. So instead of actually unlocking the door, we've actually broken the lock because I've done a crappy job at shooting this thing open by using the wrong weapon. And now it's broke. That would normally be a problem because we wouldn't be able to open it now, but if you have a high lockpicking skill, you can just go ahead and fix it, and now it'll bring us into this, but if we exit out, there we go. We can go back and try shooting it again, and wow, we've broken it twice in a row. That is impressive. Okay, let's fix it again, and see if it happens a 3rd time. Nope, that time it just did not work at all. And so that's what you really got to take into account. It's not just your lockpicking skill or your weapon, it's a combination of the 2. Now the next method that we have is Locky Boom, as the mod maker calls it, and that is fun. It's exploding things. So what you need is it will use up an explosive in your inventory. So for instance, it'll use up my frag grenades that I have, as well as an adhesive. So you need to have both a frag grenade and some duct tape or something to make this work. And how you do it is, even if your gun is out, you crouch. and go up to the door. Oh, nope, never mind. I was wrong. Gun away, crouched, and you'll see now rather than shoot, we have detonate. And if we hit R and then run away because it's a 3-second timer, there we go, it explodes and we can open the door. And now this one is dependent upon our demolition expert skill. So the higher your rank in demolition expert, the more likely you are to open a door. So for instance, let's try this expert one. I actually don't know if this is going to work. I haven't tested it on the higher end locks, but that broke it. Because my demolition skill isn't very high. I think I only have 1 point in demolition. Now, of course, again, we can repair the lock and try again, but that's gonna waste explosives. Now, as for that safe that we built earlier, safes can only be unlocked by detonating them. So the containers and doors are for shooting, safes are for explosives. So if we hit that, detonate in 3, 2, 1, and I'm now out of explosives. But there we go. We can now open this safe just fine. And that is Locky Boom. And who doesn't want to do that? I mean, come on. You're exploding a freaking door. It's just awesome. Now, the last method is by far the weakest and the most likely to hurt you, and that is Locky Kick. And how that works is if you have a melee weapon out or your hands, so let's actually get out my little sword here, we have another option here at the door, which is kick. Now kicking, of course, only works for doors. It's not going to work on a safe or anything like that because you're trying to kick a door. And again, if we have either a melee weapon or just our fists out, we can kick. And if we hit R, it'll expend some action points. We will get hurt because we're kicking a solid damn door. And you have to keep on kicking it until it opens. It's not guaranteed to open on 1, 2, or even 3 kicks. It could take you a while. And, well, again, like I said, every time you do it, it's going to hurt you a little tiny bit. And there's actually a chance it could cripple your leg. So if you're on a survival game, that could mean a very, very big risk. Now, you can up the chance of a successful unlocking, and of course, not hurt your leg if you're in power armor. So if we jump in here, we should be able to go down to that novice door at the end over here, and hopefully kick it in one go. Now again, it's not guaranteed. It only increases the likelihood of kicking the door open, and it's also tied to your strength. So the higher your strength is, the better the impact of the kick. So if we get out the sword again and go to kick, hey, there we go, it opened in 1. Whereas if we're on this advanced door, it may take a good few kicks, even in power armor, because, well, it's a pretty advanced lock. Though, of course, if you get bored, you can always switch back over to a gun, because, well, frankly, that's more fun, and go say goodbye to that door. And excellent, there we go. And that's really all there is to it. So to recap, you can shoot open doors, and it is dependent upon your lockpicking skill and the weapon you're using. And of course will expend ammo, and it's good on doors and containers, but not safes. You can also explode doors, but that will use a grenade and some adhesive, is reliant upon your demolition skill, and it can open up anything, including a safe. And finally, you have kicking, which with power armor is more likely to happen, and without power armor is less likely to open up, and you may potentially cripple your leg, and it is dependent upon strength. And that is the glorious, glorious Locky Bastard mod. I am absolutely in love with this thing. Oh no, oh, there we go. We were able to get it on the second shot. It is just so much fun to give you that extra option. I love the fact that it can go wrong and you can break a lock, and that there are different dependencies for each kind of opening that you're trying to do. It's just It's just fun and very well made and gives you a lovely, lovely new set of abilities in the game, and who doesn't want that? So if you would like to try this mod out for yourself, you can take a look at the link in the description, as always. But yeah, I definitely hope you go take a look at it. Oh, and I have been promising people who play on consoles that I would look if these are on Bethesda.net. I'm, of course, a PC player, so I care about the Nexus. But this mod, the mod maker has actually said will not go to Bethesda.net because a problem with this mod that I should mention is every update, it may break your save because of how this works. So they don't want to put it on the Bethesda.net system because it auto-updates your mods. And so it probably will not be coming to your consoles, but for PC players, we can bring it into the game and just not update it through the Nexus, and we're good to go to kick, shoot, or explode open all of our locks. But yeah, that is going to be it for today, folks. I hope you all have enjoyed, and of course that you do come back for the next, which hopefully won't be quite as rainy. But until that time, thank you for watching, and as always, have a good one!